Bonjour, c'est Madame Sacco et aujourd'hui nous allons étudier les vêtements, clothing, leçon 17 dans notre livre. Alors, bon, on va commencer tout de suite. Bon, il y a des verbes qui sont très importants à apprendre et voilà, on va parler de ces verbes maintenant. So some verbs that are really important to know when we're talking about clothing. Porter. Porter, to wear. It's a regular ER verb. It conjugates just like every other ER verb. The future, again, je vais porter. The past, j'ai porté. Comme ça. Another verb, mettre. This is an irregular verb. It means to put on or to wear. So, the forms of mettre, and this will be in lesson 18, but we can already start to learn it now so we can memorize it. Je mets, tu mets, il met, elle met, nous mettons, vous mettez, ils mettent. E-N-T, ça, c'est ça. Mettent. Encore. Je mets, tu mets, il met, elle met, nous mettons, vous mettez, ils mettent, elles mettent. So we can use this verb when we're talking about putting on various articles of clothing, but we can also use it to talk about, putting on the lights or turning on a piece of electronic equipment like a computer, or turning on music, or turning on the TV. So there's lots of usages for this verb. In the future, tu peux dire aller plus infinitive, je vais mettre, par exemple, I'm going to put on, tu vas mettre, il va mettre, etc., etc. Passé, c'est irrégulier. This is irregular in the past, and you have already learned this. The past participle of mettre is irregular. It has to be memorized. It doesn't follow any rules. J'ai mis. We saw this in the poem. Il a mis. Bon. J'ai mis, tu as mis, il a mis, elle a mis, etc. I put on. Another verb that's important when we're talking about clothing is the verb acheter, which is to buy. This is a stem-changing verb. You've never seen these before. The endings are regular, so when I conjugate it, I take off the ER and I add the E back on. However, as the word stem-changing indicates, not only do we have to change the ending, but we have to make a change to the stem. Remember, the stem of a verb is everything except for the ending. So in this case, the A-C-H-E-T. The stem change that we need to make is we have to add an accent mark to this E right here. It's an accent grave. J'achète. For to, same thing. We add the ES as regular, as we always do, but we have to make an accent change. Il achète. Elle achète. Now, here's the interesting thing about stem-changing verbs. And I've told you this about nous and vous. Nous and vous never act the same as your other verbs. And in this case, we don't have to make the stem change to nous and vous. We don't add the accent mark. We leave it off. Nous achetons, vous achetez. The plural, however, do get the added extra accent mark right here. Ils achètent, elles achètent. Okay? So j'achète, tu achètes, il achète, elle achète, nous achetons, vous achetez, ils achètent, elles achètent. To buy. And when we do the future, it's again aller plus infinitive. Remember, the infinitive in this case does not have an accent mark. So, je vais acheter. I'm going to buy. We don't have to add the accent mark, which I just did. Let's not do that. Je vais acheter. Past tense, we don't have to make the stem change. So I bought, j'ai acheté. It's like the regular ER verbs. Take off the ER, add the E accent aigu. No accent on this E. Just the only time that accent mark happens is in the present tense. So again, here's your accent marks that get added, except for nous and vous. But in the future, we don't add it, and in the past tense, we don't add it. So now we have some nouns. So now is some time for you to practice your nouns, clothing words. Here we go. Comment dit-on a hat? Un chapeau. un chapeau. Now is a good time for me to mention that in French, normally when we make nouns plural, we add an S. However, it's different when you have a word that ends in a U, like chapeau. In order to make this noun plural, because it's got a U on the end, we add an X. So for hats plural, des chapeaux. The pronunciation does not change. However, the spelling does. Un chapeau, des chapeaux. A cap, as in a baseball cap. Une casquette. Une casquette. A jacket. Un blouson. Un blouson. A coat. Un manteau. Un manteau. Again, this one, if you want to make it plural, works like chapeau. You have to change and add a U, an X after the U. A raincoat. Un impair. Un impair. Or un imperméable. Un imperméable. A suit jacket. Une veste. Une veste. A shirt. Une chemise. Une chemise. A blouse. Un chemisier. Un chemisier. A sweater. Un pull. Un pull. A polo shirt. Un polo. Un polo. A t-shirt. Un t-shirt. Un t-shirt. A sweatshirt. Ensuite. Ensuite. A tie. Une cravate. Une cravate. A skirt. Une jupe. Une jupe. A dress. Une robe. Une robe. Sock or socks. It's important with the plurals that you know the singular. That way you know whether it's masculine or feminine. Une chaussette. Une chaussette. Or plural, des chaussettes. Des chaussettes. A shoe or shoes. Une chaussure. Une chaussure. Des chaussures. Des chaussures. A boot or boots. Une botte. Une botte. Des bottes. Des bottes. A sandal or sandals. Une sandale. Une sandale. Des sandales. Sneaker or sneakers. Un basket. Un basket. Des baskets. A belt. Une ceinture. Une ceinture. Glasses, like the type you wear on your face to see. Des lunettes. Des lunettes. Sunglasses. Des lunettes de soleil. Des lunettes de soleil. Notice that this is plural here. It's not plural. Soleil is not plural, but lunette is. And notice the spelling of soleil. Some of you guys still need to work on that. Swimsuit. Un maillot de bain. Un maillot de bain. If you were talking about multiple swimsuits that you were like, for, let's say, packing for a trip or something, this is the word that gets pluralized. The S goes here, okay? Because that's the noun. A necklace. Un collier. Un collier. A ring. Une bague. Une bague. A bracelet. Un bracelet. Un bracelet. Earrings. Des boucles d'oreilles. Des boucles d'oreilles. A watch. Une montre. Une montre. Bon, bah, nous avons fini et voilà, vous devez pratiquer un tout petit peu plus et peut-être étudier. Il faut savoir la prononciation et comment appeler ces mots et aussi si c'est masculin ou féminin. Again, you should study these words, make sure you know how to spell them, know what they mean, know how to know what the genders are. Et maintenant, vous devez pratiquer, so go practice. Merci, au revoir.